All right, so let's get busy. I am your host of Love, Lust, and Lies. I am Ken Canion. I am one half of the Grand Canyons. I am a personal development coach. Just happens to focus on relationships. And this show is geared to helping women navigate the complexities of modern day relationships. All right, y'all. So today, like I said, I really want you to pay attention to today because today is very, 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 very important. If you got a girlfriend that you know is in a busted ass relationship, send it to her. If you've got a dude you know in a relationship that's messed up, send this link to him. Get him to watch the replay. Y'all, because what I'm about to spit in the next 30 minutes is going to change some people's life. It's going to change your life because it's going to change your perspective. Yo, you got a whole bunch of coaches out here. You got a whole bunch of people on the internet, YouTube, influencers that are saying things because I watch them. I want to see what they're saying. They're saying things and they're saying some good stuff. But the truth of the matter is, many of them are saying good stuff, but they don't understand why. They don't ever understand the why behind what they're saying. If you don't ever understand the why, it's like we tell our young people, hey, we want you to do this. And then what do our kids say? Well, why? And then you say, because I said so. We say, well, why? Because I said so. But you don't ever explain to them the why behind everything. So today I'm going to explain the why, but why you haven't attracted the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams. I'm going to explain to you the foundation. The first thing you got to understand is there are myths about attraction, attracting the person of your dream. There are myths about them. And what we've bought into these myths. The first myth is you don't attract what you want. The truth is you attract who you are. Now, let me say this. You will not attract what you want. I had a client who was, and y'all know me, I'm going to keep it 100. She was a person who didn't believe in exercising, working out. She didn't believe in physical fitness, yet she wanted to attract someone who was buff, ripped, all of those things, but she was not about that. And she couldn't understand why she could not attract a person like that. And I simply told her, and she got mad. I simply told her, I said, listen, you're not going to attract what you want. You're going to attract who you are. If that's who you are, you're going to attract somebody who has similar core values that you have. Don't think you're going to attract someone outside of what you value. Now, some of your values are conscious. Some of them are unconscious. I'm going to get into that in a second. Why y'all keep attracting the same dude and you wondering why. You like, why the hell I keep attracting the same dude? There's something in you that is attracting him. All right. Second myth is the law of attraction works. But you have to be willing to do something too. Now get this. The law of attraction works, but it does not work without action. See, I teach my clients this. I said, listen, if you want to attract something different, you have to become something different. Oh, shit. I can't even believe I said that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. If you want to attract something different, you have to fundamentally become someone different. Because what happens is this. You attract people based on your belief system. You attract people based on who you are. Who you are is based on what you believe. What you believe. You are in the state that you're in today. You own the house you own. You're in the state. You're doing what you're doing today because you fundamentally believe something about yourself. You believe something. And until that belief changes, you can't change your circumstances. And that's just being honest. Because what do they say? They say people who win the lottery, they believe in gambling. And they say, I think it's 3 to 5 years. In 3 to 5 years, they lost the fortune. Why? Because they might have inherited the money, but their belief system never changed. Their fundamental belief system never changed. And because your fundamental belief system will never change, you might get money. You might get temporary circumstance, but it's going to go back to what it used to be. That's number 2. And the third thing is simply this, is the thing you desire most, listen to me carefully, the thing you desire most will most likely not come packaged the way you have it packaged in your head. I'll repeat that. The thing you desire most, and that's why you have to be open to spirit. You have to be open to God's word. Because once you do all of the things I'm about to tell you to do, be open to how you get it. The problem I used to have, y'all, is I used to think that, okay, I desire something. I'm working this law of attraction. I'm doing the action. I'm doing all of that. And what happens is when I got it, it didn't look like I thought it's supposed to look. And what happens is, and I wasn't willing to accept that, but I told God, this is what I want. And see, what we get caught up in is the way it looks and not how it makes us feel. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get what you want, but be open and allow the process to happen. Allow the process to be a part of who you are, to make you, to create these things you want. And so those are the 3 mirrors. And now the foundation. Y'all, it's a lot more training in this. I'm going to help people. Milani's going to help people. We're going to join forces. And because we're going to join forces because we're going to help women attract the men in their dreams. Because I believe if a man is in place, a household going to flourish. I just believe that, y'all. When I was out there slanging and banging and doing all that dumb shit I was doing, at the time, I was immature. But by the time a man get in his 40s and 50s, if he's still doing the same thing, you need to avoid him. I don't give a damn if you've been messing with him for 5 years. Because there's a fundamental problem because either he's insecure. We'll get into that later. All right, we'll get into that later. The 3 boxes of the 3 foundations of attraction. I call them the boxes of human behavior. So number 1, first of all, this whole idea is called self-concept. Your self-concept. Let me tell you what the self-concept is. The self-concept is the ideology or belief system one has about themselves. The ideology or belief system the one has about themselves. All right. So here's how this works. Y'all, I started to do this on my whiteboard in my office. I'm going to come back when we start teaching. I'm going to come back and get on the board and do this so I can go deeper into it. And I'm going to have a little more time. But I just need to get started. So think of your life. I call them the 3 boxes. Imagine if you had 3 boxes. Okay? I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to do 3 boxes just like this. Imagine if you had 3 boxes. All right, can y'all see that? Just, you can't. Just 3 boxes. All right, just 3 boxes. All right, three boxes. All right, you can see that. So imagine the box over here. The box over here is the first box. Now, this first box is what I call, all of this is equal to your self-image. But this first box, you're equal to your self-concept, forgive me. The first box is your self-image. Okay? Your self-image is nothing more. Y'all hear me talk about the pictures. Your self-image over here is the picture you have about yourself. It is when you think about you, it is a picture comes into your head. Okay? It is the picture. It is not the picture that you see in the mirror. It is the picture that you have in your head when you think about yourself, when you think about your life, when you think about your relationships. It's the picture that you have about yourself. Now, this picture is based on your experiences. Okay? You've had experiences with guys in the past, and you guys have done you wrong. And what you've done is you have translated that to yourself. And you're saying there's something wrong with me because these guys keep doing the same shit over and over and again, and I am allowing it. Okay? So there must be something wrong with me. So your experiences in your relationships are the first thing. The second thing is what people, I call it the conditioning of words. What people have said about you. And that means even when you were young. So when you, as I've stated this before, from the time you were in your mama's womb, the third trimester, and then you didn't have a subconscious mind. That's why when they say when you get ready to give birth, they start talking to the baby. The baby understands your subconscious mind, because from then to age 7, you didn't have a subconscious mind. You did not. The subconscious mind is simply the program you operate off of. Everything you do when you ain't paying attention, what you doing when you driving, your subconscious mind. What you think about on a daily basis. Your subconscious mind controls 95% of your reality. So from age, let's say 0 till 7 years old, you have no subconscious mind. So your experiences, the words your mama said, the words your daddy said, the words the kids said, all became your program. All right. And because of that, so now when you get 40, 30, 50, you have a picture of yourself. So your self-image is the picture. All right. Now watch this, y'all. So the question is, when you have a self-image, and this is the problem, your self-image many times is unconscious. You don't know. You never think about yourself until somebody like me or Milani forces you to think about everything you've done, the decisions you've made, all of those things. And you're like, wow, I'm messed up. Okay? And the question is, we all are messed up. The truth is, but the difference is those who are willing to admit it, those who are willing to do what we're going to do next. And you have this picture. And then you say to yourself, wow, now I understand why I have this picture. Get this. And then you say, okay, I have this picture. Now the next box, the second box, is called, first box, self-image. Second box, self-esteem. Now, your self-esteem is how you feel about the self-image. It's simply how you feel about it. Do I love myself? Do I like the picture I see? Do I not like the picture I see? When you have an image, self-image, you always attach emotion to the picture. Always. That's where self-esteem comes from. Self-esteem is nothing more than I have a picture in my mind and I attach emotion to it. I like myself because blank. I don't like myself because blank. Mom and them told me I was too fat. Mom and them told me I was dumb. Now I have an image of a fat, dumb person, so I don't like that. Thus, now I don't love myself. My self-esteem is low. Esteem is nothing more than what value do you put on self? What worth is it? Self-esteem is the value that I put on myself. Okay? So how do I feel about it? How do I feel about the picture? Now you're asking yourself, here's where change happens, y'all. Because every time you have self-esteem, you attach emotion to it. What you don't understand is this, and this is the part I'm going to tell you. When you want to attract something, emotion is what we call energy in motion. Emotion, whenever you feel something, there's energy. Emotion is energy in motion. Understand this. Energy is never lost, y'all. It is never lost. It is only transferred from one person to another. Okay? So what happens is this. And so you have this energy, this emotion. Your energy it's called AKA your vibration. AKA your vibration means that simply this. Whenever I put off energy, emotion, it's either low or high. It's a vibration. It's a frequency. And so whenever my emotion is down, you know what's going to happen? That frequency is going to attract someone whose emotion is down just like mine, because we're on the same frequency. I hope y'all getting this. Now, it's going to make sense in a minute. So I have my self-image. That's the picture. I have my self-esteem. It's how I feel about the picture. It's my emotion, my energy, my frequency. So listen, that's why those people who feel good about themselves, those people who love themselves, that's their energy is up here. Thus, they're not going to attract a man who is going to make them believe less about themselves. they're going to attract a man who values the energy way up here. And you messing around, you screwing around, and you fucking somebody whose energy down here. I'm sorry about that, y'all, but I'm telling you, that's what's happening. And then you attract a man whose energy is down here. His emotion is down here. And what he does things to keep you feeling bad about yourself so your energy can stay down here. Do you get me now? And once you raise your energy, your emotion, your vibration, then you meet a different quality guy who wants to make you feel good about you. He wants to make you feel good about a relationship. He wants to show you I honor you. He wants to show you that you're valuable. And what all you've done is raise your energy level. And then you go into the last box over here. The last box is what we call my ideal self box. My ideal self box. This is the box who says that now I have an imagination. I use my imagination that God gave me. God gave us imagination because imagination, he simply lets us know this is how I see you. This is how I see you. Now my ideal self is that which I aspire to be. That's what I aspire to be. Here's when I grow to the person that I was destined to be. Because you're already that person. You just have to walk into it. You were born that person. The problem is along the way, somebody derailed you because they told you you wasn't good enough. Somebody derailed you because they told you you wasn't cute enough. You were already born great. The problem is you can't walk into the greatness until you're willing to develop yourself. Until you're willing to say, look, I can no longer stand for the things that I've been standing for. I can no longer accept the things that I've been accepting. I don't have to accept the picture. And what I'm going to teach people is this. Along with me and Melania going to teach them this. Here's the thing. If you have to ask yourself, if you're willing to do this, if you're willing to say, I always say everything starts with a question. And here's the question. The question is simply this. Am I willing to question everything I've ever believed? Am I willing to question everything I've ever believed? Because just because you believe it doesn't mean it's true, y'all. That's the point I'm trying to get across to people. I got a client right now. She is doing so great. And she came to me. She was broken, heartbroken, beat up. But I told her you were still valuable. You can still walk into your greatness. And now she's grown so much. And I told her, because her whole thing was, I said, listen, her whole thing is she'll cut off her relationship, terminate it. I'm done. Friends, boyfriends, anything. She says, because it's easy for me to cut you off. It's easy for me to cut you through. I'm done with you. And I said this, it's easy for you to terminate. But let me show you how to communicate. Because what happens is we base our worth, our belief on what other people do. And the truth is we expect more of other people than they deliver. And I always say, listen, when you get upset is when your expectations don't meet results. And you can't expect them to know what you believe. You can't expect him to think what you think. And so until you are willing to communicate, speak your truth, whatever that truth is. If that truth is, I cannot tolerate this anymore. I can't tolerate. No, you can't call me at 10 o'clock, texting me saying, let me come hit that. No. And you have to love you more than you love somebody else. And until you're willing to do that, you'll keep getting the same thing. And your ideal self is the self of the way God sees you. See, most of us don't want to see ourselves the way God sees us because that requires work. Because we have to walk into that. You know what? And God said faith without works is dead. And so here's the thing. You want to have the faith, but you don't want to do the work. And because you don't want to do the work, you're going to keep getting the same thing you're getting. And so what I'm going to say with this is coming up we're going to take 20 women. You know, Melanie, she like to do small groups. I say let's do 50 women that want to change. And what we're going to do is we're going to take them and hold them by the hand, and I'm going to teach you how to change how you believe. Last story before we go. How I attracted Melanie. Melanie Shani is my partner. She's my business partner now. She is a life coach. She's different than me. She is powerful. She takes people and she heals them, helps them heal from past. And I've been in her class and I said to myself, y'all, let me just say this. I, like many of you, I want my life to change. I'm in a transition space in my life. And last year I told God about October. I said, God, I said, I see coaches out there, and y'all, I'm just being transparent for a moment here. I see coaches out there, they have a lot of followers. And I don't know what kind of difference they're making, but I say to myself, I'm just as smart as them. And I actually think I'm smarter than them because I've looked at theirs. And I said, why is it? And again, I asked a non-empowering question. I said, why is it that I am right here? I said, I want to grow to that level. And then I said this. And then the Spirit came to me when I was asleep one day. And I woke up and the Spirit simply says this: follow where they go. And I'm like, what does that mean? Follow where they go. And what that simply means is this: I got it. What they're doing, do what they're doing. Do what the people you aspire to be, do what they're doing. Follow them. And I began taking coaching classes. And one of the coaching classes that I'm learning, and it's amazing how it's growing, was saying that I need to produce content every day. That's why you have this. And I was willing to do that. How many of you are willing to follow where they go? Follow the ones who have the things that you desire. The things that you desire. Follow that. Go where they go, and you'll find what they find. The thing you seek seeks you. You just have to be willing to go all the way. All right? You have to keep finding, keep seeking. And so your homework for today is simply this. I want you to write down, what's your self-image? What do you really see when you see yourself? Be it positive or negative, because it doesn't matter. First part is you have to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge what you see. Let's be honest with ourselves. And then write, what do you feel about what you see? We'll work on the ideal self later. All right? All right, y'all. That is all for me today. I am your host, Ken Canion of Love, Lust, and Lies, y'all. And it's going to be more of this. It's going to be more of this. I'm coming hard. I know what my purpose is. I know what I was put here to do. I know I'm great. And you know what? I can bring out the greatness in other folk. All right? That's it. I'm done.